Hello, welcome back to Sean O'Mac. Today we've got something else that's going to be different again. We've got a book review. Yeah, that's right, book review. Stealing it off PewDiePie, whatever. So yeah, this is a book review. I started reading novels again recently as well. I know, it's crazy. I've gone from like manga to comics to books, but I like reading it all. So I'm just going to review it and talk about whatever interests me as we get to it, if it's worth talking about. And I think this one kind of is. So the book we'll be talking about today is Misery by Stephen King. And it is actually the first Stephen King book I've ever read. I know it's probably random because you'd expect that maybe to be something like It or The Shining or something like that, but nope, it's Misery. So I picked this book up a couple of years ago because I don't sound silly, but I liked the cover. I just thought it looked nice. And I finally got round to reading it. I really wasn't sure what to expect as I had not heard anything about this book. I didn't know a single thing about it other than what it says on the back. I was like nicely surprised that it's a really tense story. It's just like fascinatingly tense and like disturbing. I wasn't quite expecting it, but I knew it was Stephen King, so I sort of knew what kind of story to expect. So, what's it about? The story focuses on a writer named Paul Sheldon, and he gets into a bit of an accident. You're not really sure of the details of the accident straight away. That's sort of revealed as the book goes on, but he gets into some sort of accident and finds himself waking up in a bed that isn't his own, being resuscitated by a large, seemingly Mrs. Trunchbull-esque woman. Now at first it doesn't seem like anything is wrong. You just assume that this woman has helped him out of his crash and is resuscitating him. Obviously you're a little bit off because she hasn't taken him to a hospital or anything like that. So, you know, you get a bit of a weird vibe that, you know, why have they brought me back here rather than getting me medical help? But, you know, red flag, I guess. So yeah, it starts off, you know, seemingly nothing's wrong, but very quickly you realise that is not the case. We learn about Paul Sheldon. He's the writer. I don't know if I said his name, but his name's Paul Sheldon. We learn that his injuries are pretty nasty, and the woman he has been essentially captured by is a ticking time bomb mentally. She is not stable, to say the least. She has some horrible mood swings, this Annie Wilkes that picks him up, and it's just more like waiting for her to snap. Like, it's that horrible moment of not only is he trapped, not only is he effectively now completely useless from the waist down, he's also trying to appease this very temperamental woman who can cause him some serious harm if she wanted to. It's incredibly tense, and at points I definitely felt myself reading faster and faster because I was just completely hooked. Like, the tension at some points would reach like a fever pitch because you just knew that Paul was like basically helpless to this human hurricane known as Annie. I also actually really enjoyed this sort of book within a book aspect within Misery. So Misery, the name of the book, is a name of Paul Sheldon, the writer's book, a character named Misery that he's written about, and is sort of like a period drama romance sort of story. Now I won't go into details about how it happens, but he sort of ends up writing this book or writing another Misery book whilst in captivity. I say that like he's like some sort of animal, but yeah, in captivity. But yeah, he's writing this book, and I don't think he's particularly like the nicest fellow, but he's, you know, you certainly don't want him to get messed up by this Annie. You're just hoping that whatever he writes is going to suffice in her eyes, because you really don't want her to switch again, because it's just like, once that switches, you're in trouble. I thought the ending was good as well. I thought it was satisfying, maybe not for some of the characters in the book, but definitely from a reader's point of view. And it's just overall really like this harrowing tale of captivity. His #1 fan, Annie Wilkes, keeping him hostage effectively whilst he writes her another book. So it's a really interesting dynamic. He's just trapped here at this woman's whim, and he's got to write a book for her. But obviously as you're reading, you sort of feel as well that you're like, is he gonna get out of here? Like, is she gonna let him go? Like, you sort of understand that she probably isn't gonna let him go, because, you know, if someone escapes like that, then they'll just tell the police, and then the other person will be taken in. So I don't know, that's why you have this tension of like, he's got to really find a way to escape, surely, because I don't imagine she'd let him out. But I won't say what happens. That was just my thought as I was reading it. But yeah. But to summarize, I really enjoyed this book. I think it was a good entry into sort of like the book world of Stephen King, and I will definitely be reading more Stephen King novels. It's very enjoyable. I love the sort of thriller horror stuff anyway, so I'm excited to read more and read some of his like more popular work, you know, like the It and Pet Sematary and The Shining, stuff like that. So I'm really excited to carry on reading. So to give a rating, I would probably give this book a solid 4 Crazy Annie Wilkes out of 5. And that's that. Let me know if you've read this book as well, or what your favourite Stephen King book is, because I would love some recommendations. Like I said, I'm going to read his most popular ones, but I'm sure there are people's favourites that aren't like his most popular ones. So if you've got a favourite book, let me know what it is, Stephen King wise, or even if it's not, just recommend me something you think I should read. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one, be it a manga, comic, book, anime, TV show review. We're just going to branch out, do whatever. So I'll see you whatever I do next. Sean O'Mac, out.